Breaking news. Again, labor unions reject federal government's new minimum wage, set to shut down the country.
The Nigerian Labour Congress and its sister agency, TUC, have for a second time rejected the federal government offer in the ongoing national minimum wage negotiation. It was at first 48,000, and angrily, organized labor walked out of the negotiation saying the federal government does not have the requisite data to be able to decide on what should be applicable national living wage for the Nigerian worker. And what they brought was to the table was something that got them upset. Now, for this sitting again today, and a few minutes ago, they ended that negotiation. 54,000. That was what the federal government is bringing to the table, compared to 615,000 that Labour was proposing. And last time, you inferred that what the federal government brought to the table was noisome. It was something that angered the Nigerian Labour. This time around, are you still very angry?
Well, you can see that it is still not substantial compared to what you need to keep the family moving. There are various ways of expressing displeasure on issues. Last time, we told them there was no case submission. And in this matter again, we told them that there is nothing on the table, when they moved to 54. And the state governors were missing in action. So we may be reconvening tomorrow in the afternoon, giving the governors benefit of doubt to come along so that they won't claim that their hairs were shaved in their absence. So that's why we are continuing negotiation tomorrow.
It's supposed to be a tripartite negotiation forum. Is it that the governors were not, or the representatives of the governors were not properly informed, or why would they miss such an important meeting?
Well, it may be the seriousness they attached to it. Some of them had some representatives at that meeting, but without mandate to commit the governors. It is one thing to be represented, and another thing to give your representatives mandate to represent you. And that is where we are today, to make sure that they are present, or they will be present tomorrow, for us to proceed from where we stop today.
So invariably, the offer of 54,000 naira is coming from the federal government.
Perfect. But you see, in the spirit of tripartism, government is government. And government in this context, especially in a sector that is in the exclusive list, is represented by the federal government, and in particular the Minister of Labour, who should be the vice chairman of the negotiating committee.
In all of this, there should be an explanation on how the federal government arrived at 54,000 naira. What explanation did she give?
Those are part of the issue, because we didn't go even deep into the kernels of the discussion. Labour has been insisting that we should provide that explanation.
What would you say? Because the last time you said the federal government was not serious. You said they do not have the kind of data to be able to sit in that kind of negotiation. Do they look serious today? And does the federal government look like they have what it takes to come to the table? Because when we hear that the federal government is not serious in this kind of negotiation that involves the livelihood and the progress of an average worker, one be wondering what exactly is the intention of government to its own people.
Saying somebody is not serious on an issue is not an insult. It's just the approach to it. When you don't give serious approach to an issue, the other party may gladly say you are not serious, because it was just like a 2-paragraph whatever the government is offering 48,000. And we asked, is that all? Because Labour was the first to present, and we are itemizing. We are looking at this amount to be for accommodation, this amount to be feeding. We broke it down to even what a plate of food would be this amount, contrary to even the report of the Bureau of Statistics, you know, where they were talking even 900, broke on to even 500, assuming you are going to eat a plate of rice without meat. So all those, but they didn't just say anything, they said 48,000. And we have not seen a negotiation that goes that way. So that's the point of being serious. Probably they will tidy up, come up and give justification to any figure they are mentioning. Because when you give a figure, you do justification to that figure and say, this is why we are doing this. And that is what Labour is still expecting from them. And I know that employers, Labour in the private sector, may equally be expecting that. 615 as a country that, you know, exports crude in dollar, you know, amounts to $22. Which country is paying it? Because that is where we brought ourselves. That's where we brought our currency to a very ridiculous level. The economy of the worker is totally destroyed. In fact, the worker doesn't have any economy. So I think there are two economies in the country: the economy of the bourgeois and the economy of the workers. So we have to harmonize this so that we can have a meeting point.